And good afternoon, folks, and welcome out to our grand finale. Okay, all right. Got to check things out. Game 4 of day 2. This pits the North against the West. In this one, the West, the only team with an opportunity to finish this unscathed. We'll take a look at the lineup for the North as they are out on the field as we speak. Looks like Brady Gio is going to get the start here, and talked to them a little bit earlier and knew he was going to pitch. He is that West Monroe product, does a great job over there. But around the way, Landon Brewer from Minden will lead off. He's over at third base. Nathan Cervantes out of Northwood will be behind the dish from Landon Martin there, the designated hitter. And I knew that if I didn't write that down, I certainly wouldn't remember that. So I apologize. It's been a long one. Northwood. Well, that makes sense. That explains the N and the W. Northwood, Landon Martin will be the designated hitter. Shepard Brown back at first base. He's also a West Monroe product. He will play first base. From Quitman out in right field, and we saw him make some good catches. Hudson Pullig is the right fielder. Airline Bo Carter back at shortstop in this one. Davis Long from West Monroe will play second base. Colton Blundell in center field. We saw him make some good plays as well. Caldwell's Riley Sinclair will play left field. And Chandler Bradshaw will be the extra hitter. For this West team, who will lead off? They've got a pretty solid lineup. Again, they are 2-0 on the last couple of days. Jadarian Washington, shortstop. He is the Barb product. Gage James will be an extra hitter. Barrett Cootie will be on the hill today. He wears number 6, bats third. Gavin Holt, real impact on the bases. We saw that last game. He bats in the cleanup spot and will play left field. Jacob Reagan will be behind the dish, batting 5th. Cash Wisby will play second base in this one. Hadley Hardesty actually started a game earlier today. He'll be back over at third base. Brody Anderson is in right field. Griffin Doucet in center field. And Justin Hunt, who pitched a little bit last game, will be at first base. And we are ready to get this thing underway. First pitch was scheduled for 4:30, and mercifully it comes at 4:12, and it is in there for strike one. Washington takes that one. Rocks back and fires this one, does Gio. Get all of these. Where'd you go? Yeah, Jadarian's out of Barb, set to lead things off here. And that found right straight back to where we are. Here at ULM, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yes. Here at ULM at Amant Field, named after the great head coach Lou Santamont. That makes sense, doesn't it? That one misses outside and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Congratulations to Brady McCluskey. He was the MVP a little bit earlier for the East team that was here. Brady McCluskey, the MVP of the East, and they'll name one from each of these teams. They did it for the South as well. For the South, it was Will Power out of Turlings Catholic. Doug Gann alongside of Chuck Perkins, delighted that you are here with us and made it all through there. And that is a leadoff walk. And boy, Jadarian Washington causes a lot of chaos when he gets on the bases. Batting next is going to be Gage James. Gage James, another one of those stars out of Pitkin. They are the state champs, defending state champs in Class B. Gio will come set and deliver this. That one lifted sky high. First baseman is over there. That is Shepard Brown, and he secures that one. Shepard, a good-looking prospect over there. A lot of size to him. Good-looking first baseman out of West Monroe. And that's going to bring Barrett Cootie to the plate. A lot of folks on here earlier today watching the Rose Pine Future Star. Gets him right in the back, and that's going to be runners at first and second. Jadarian was off and headed for second base, but now it's just going to be a hit by pitch that advances him. You'll have runners at first and second. And now Gavin Holt will stride in. Got a courtesy runner coming in at first base, and that is Reeves Scroggs. Scroggs out of Menard will head on out to first base. And Gavin Holt finds his way into the batter's box, and that Gio fastball is on the outer half. For strike one. Nothing in one here. Clouds starting to make their way in. Trying to get through all of this. That was pushed foul. But we've been delighted to be here with you through the last couple of days. Chuck Perkins, I am Doug Gann. Gio delivers this one. Good-looking pitch and down on strikes. Boy, that fastball just painted the outside corner, and that will do it for Holt here. And Jacob Reagan step to the plate. I mean, that just painted the outer half. Reagan, the barb catcher. Chuck catching his breath a little bit, and so he's just pushing some buttons. He's been busy between games. You know, they're trying to get this thing up and going, so they weren't taking a little bit of time. And it's not often, it's often that games are delayed in these. It's not often when you can start about 25 minutes early, but that's exactly what happened here. And we are grateful. Trying to frame that one up a long way. That was tough on Cervantes.
Yes.
And pull it up about a foot. Boy, you see more and more of those catchers that show location, then drop the glove and come up to it as a way of, hey, I'm right here. That's where my glove was.
Yeah. Had to put a brush in his paint hand. He might have painted a pretty picture there.
2 balls, no strikes. Top of the first we play. Boy, Chuck, we ought to do 4 more today. Goodness gracious. Uh-oh.
Same basketball.
Right? No kidding. Now, it's been a long 6 days. We appreciate the folks that we have.
6 games.
6 games. See, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. My brain's getting a little, they told me my brain was 2/10.
2/10 of what?
2/10 the size of a normal one. Look, Jadarian Washington's like, what do I got to do to get a stolen base? He had second base stolen, and it was a hit by pitch. He has third base stolen easily, and it's a walk. Get a courtesy runner in now, or another runner that's in there. That is Caleb Broussard that will go on to run at first base. And that puts Cash in the batter's box. Bases loaded here, an opportunity for the West to get out to an early start. Instead, that ground ball is going to be handled by Brewer, and across the diamond they go, and Gio with a ground ball gets out of that one. Due up for the West in the bottom of the first. It is Doucette, Wisby, and Ross when we come back.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
And we're back here, bottom of the second we go. Landon Brewer from Minden will lead off. Nathan Cervantes from Northwood and Landon Martin also from Northwood will get going. On the hill, that is Barrett Cootie for the West. I guess our one mic that's left is this one here.
You got it.
Right under the music speakers.
And right around where the folks are sitting, so.
Sounds of the game.
That's right.
Barrett Cootie brings his first offering inside.
God bless you, Doug.
And they'll get that. This is one of those matches. You see how quick, watch how quick they get the pitch back to the K. Well, he won't get an opportunity to, as that one is that promptly deposited into the outfield. That's a base hit. And I was going to tell you, look how quickly they get it back to the pitcher, but unable to there. And Nathan Cervantes, number 7, the catcher, out of Northwood. Back-to-back Northwood batters coming up with Cervantes and Martin.
Should have a few opportunities here to see it get back there quickly.
Oh, yeah, you'll definitely see it. Ground ball over to first. They're going to go to second, have to come back to first. Nobody there.
Standing looking at his beautiful throw there.
Backing up, and, well, it's supposed to get covered by somebody that's coming around,
That's
either
true.
second baseman or the pitcher. Normally, your second baseman would come back in and cover that there, but it is an out.
21 coming on for a base running. On first there.
Cervantes will reach by the fielder's choice. And this will bring up Landon Martin. There you go. Finally, a look at it all. The last two had been quick swings. You know, no trophy, no any of that, but a little bit of bragging rights. That one is out to Washington. Oh, and he goes over there and he kicks that one. Looked like he was trying to mop up the double play pretty quickly. Instead, the ball just gets away from him. Barrett Cootie out of Rose Pine, 6'2", 215. He goes.
Big fella.
Indeed. Speaking of big fella, Shepard Brown here, the first baseman out of West Monroe. Seen him make 2 or 3 good plays in this one, that high fly ball, and then one right back to him. Cootie throws that right by him, though. One down. There's an error in this one. Had an opportunity to be out of this inning. I think the double play would have been there, so just unable to get that going on the front end of it. Good looking pitch down bottom part of the strike zone.
Doing that same thing you just talked about. Glove is low and brings it up and catches it.
That's right. See, more and more folks are doing that these days. That one, though, bounces around and gets out of there. Not as many folks left around in this one.
No. There's a hit, but it's coming popped up. It's going to be in the infield here. Pitcher's going to grab that one.
What you had to look for on that one was that bat that had made its way along the baseline. If he had to go up 2 or 3 more steps, got to be careful with it. Hudson Pullig is there out of Quitman High School. And rising senior is Hudson. Patrol right field pretty well today.
Yes, he has.
That one right back over the roof where we're at.
Doug reaches up to catch it.
I had it too.
You did. I agree with that.
back home, they're getting a little bit of lightning, and Chuck, sounds like a little bit of rain on the roof here. So you might want to go out there and do that. We're going to leave it just on this camera that's here, off and going down the line, and that one is fouled. So Chuck had to make his way off to go grab that camera and move it that is exposed in the rain that's coming in. The one behind home plate is going to be okay, and we believe the one out in center field is okay. The other one is not. That one lifted high and back and out of play. So we've cut down a couple of our cameras on the day because of that rain that is out there, and we've got to get it moved and out of the weather. That rain event that's making its way over here west to east. That one ground over to shortstop. Washington's got it. He's going to come across the body, bounces it up, and that will retire the side. We're going to leave it right here. We're just going to mute us and get you through. Gio finishes up his warm-up pitches, and that will get us back to the west. Batting in this one, Hadley Hardesty, third baseman. Back down to just a couple of cameras and one in the booth right now as Chuck takes care of that side of it, so bear with us. Do our best to keep you updated on everything that's going on as the rain started to fall here at the Lou. Gio powers this one in there, but it is driven down the right field line and off the base of the wall. Will roll around. Hardesty is going to hustle into second with a very, very hard stand-up double. First pitch swinging at that fastball, and he took it down the right field line. And that's going to bring Brody Anderson up. Brody we saw in right field. Pretty good arm we saw yesterday out of that one. So Gio will get back going. Runner at second to lead things off for the West. No score in this one. Game 4 of the day, game 6 of the 2-day, 3-day for those guys. That one in there for strike one. Gio will come in. He'll take a look back at second base. Nothing doing there. That one off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got quiet out there in the bleachers as well. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike. Looking back, that first pitch fastball that was delivered to Hadley Hardesty, who just hammered it over there towards that SBC sign. Ground ball to second base is going to be handled there over to first in time, but it will push Hardesty over to third base. Griffin Doucet will be there. He is the center fielder for this West team. West trying to be the only team to get out of here without a loss. Doucet and Hunt still due up here with opportunities. Runner at third. You see that infield drawn in now. When just off the plate and out of there. But again, here you're able to get a good look at that infield as they get up into the cut of the grass. They know that runs are at a premium, so they're going to be in trying to cut off anything that they can. You see the big right-hander out of West Monroe gets the ball back and gets ready to get to work pretty quickly each time. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one upstairs and inside. Rain continues to fall here at Amant Field. Coax to walk there did Doucet, and he will head on down to first. Runners will be at first and third. 1 out. And Justin Hunt will stand in. Runner off and going. Ground ball over to first is going to score the run, but going to go all the way around to third on that play. And they say that they got him. Yeah, the official back home said, yeah, he got him. But the run does score beforehand, and that is the first run on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we come back. Back we go here to the bottom of the third. Again, rain starting to fall out here, but everybody's been able to move underneath. It looks like this will be Bo Carter that leads things off. Bo from Airline sees the first pitch and sends it back up the middle. I might have to give Chuck about 4 days off, I think, in a row. I believe so. With full benefits, which means an extra bottle of Tylenol along the way. So base hit there by Bo Carter to lead things off, and that is going to bring up Davis Long. Getting everything back sorted out. There you go, Davis. Out of West Monroe. West Monroe very well represented on this North team. That one out of the zone. Yeah, when that rain hits and you got to go downstairs and upstairs and then down and across again, it really difficult over to first. Not in time, but gratefully able to save a couple of camera views for you. The other two were out in the weather, so we had to get those down and back in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the second, we play. West has a 1-0 lead, trying to bunt his way on as long. Going to get that throw down there to first. Good job of moving the run over. So they'll trade the out for advancing the runner to second base. Carter makes it his way down to second. And Colton Blundell will come to the plate. That one misses out of the zone. Well, they call that a strike. Okay, well, 0-1 the count from Cootie. That one he had a good hack at, did Blundell, but same result. Down 0-2 quickly. But we were in the bottom of the second at a time where we thought we might have just been starting this game. Ground ball off the glove, and boy, that might have hurt more than it helped, as a speedy Bo Carter is going to come all the way around, sliding in on that wet turf, and he'll tie this thing up at 1 apiece. So it goes off of Cootie, and I think if Cootie doesn't touch it, that there's an opportunity that is an out from second base, as Cash was right on it. 1-1 now here in this one. Riley Sinclair.
Call that one strike as well.
There you go. Riley Sinclair, 2026 grad. So he's a rising senior out of Caldwell. Caldwell, we'll see you in a couple hours. We're going that way home, of course. That one out to center field, and Ducey's got it. Now these coaches that stuck around are going to see how well these young men are able to play in the rain. Thankfully, our tower out there is covered.
Thankfully.
Out in center field.
Whose camera's out there?
Right, exactly. But as long as we still have a view from it, I'm happy about that.
Yes. Whenever it starts wigging
if it starts,
out,
yeah, then we've got some issues with it. That one on the ground over to right from Bradshaw. Bradshaw out of Downsville. We'll have that one. And North with a little bit of business going on here in the bottom of the second. And Landon Brewer will stride back in. Yeah, Chuck, I'm going to give you the next 4 days off. Brewer 1 for 1.
Hey, don't tell my wife.
On the day, right? She's listening. She said she listens to every broadcast, every word.
Because she wants to hear her sweet hubby.
That's right. That would smash down the line, is going to go foul.
Should be a 1-1 count.
And it is. Runners at first and second here, 2 down. Just a pitch away from Cootie getting out of this. Trying to get out of a jam. He's already given up 1 run in this. That one lifted out to left field, sending him way back to the track, and going to have the grab out there is Gavin Holt. And look, there's no gap when those guys are out there doing that. But the North does pick up a run. After 2 complete, we're knotted at 1 apiece. We'll be back top of the third right after this.
During National Cataract Awareness Month, Wallace Eye Associates is joining the American Academy of Ophthalmology to help prevent blindness by offering complimentary cataract screenings. If you're over 65 and noticing unusual changes in your vision, our free screenings can help determine if you have cataracts. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cataract screening. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
play on in the top of the third. Gio back in there. Brady Gio from West Monroe has thrown 27 pitches and comes out to face Jadarian Washington again, back to the top of the lineup. West Monroe, a year removed from a state championship, made a good run, put on a lot of big wins towards the tail end of the season. And yeah, it's been a good run for the Rebels. Brady Gio would like to see them get back there. He and Shepherd Brown. And Jadarian Washington. Say there's nothing to play for in these games. The West is trying to get out of here unbeaten, and the North would like nothing more to do than knock that off.
All that. Have a multi-way tie. Huh?
Then you're going to have just about everybody at 2-1. One ball, no strike here to Washington. Gio bounces that fastball up there for ball 2. What if our buddy Rick's out there? Did you see Rick? Rick does the radio for West Monroe, and Brady's his son.
Rick, what's the last name?
Gio.
Oh, okay.
Comes set now, off and delivers this one. But I keep remembering, this is just a Wednesday afternoon is all this is.
And I'd be honest, quite honestly, I wasn't looking to say hi to anyone.
You were running and grabbing and running and such.
Trying to keep this little fat body moving.
I got you.
A big fat body moving, I guess.
2 balls, 1 strike here to Washington. Gio comes set and delivers. And that's one of those new catcher strikes is what that is. You're not having to move it into the zone. You just come up and catch it in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one from Washington, skied a mile high. Blundell camped out under it in center field. Will make the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Gage James will stride in. James out of Pitkin.
Neighbors or the fans' phones ringing.
Your neighbor's phone was ringing. That one up and in for ball 1.
Out there again, good. Yeah, I'm seeing the field some
Blundell
work.
goes up there and gets that one. Beautiful.
Great job out there. 2 outs by Blundell. One a lot more enthusiastic than the other, but both just as effective. It's because they're both outs.
Correct.
Big fella stepping up here in the right-hand batter's box.
That one bounces and misses inside. That is Cootie. That's the one that is on the heel for this West team. Buried Cootie out of Rose Pine.
It's, thought that was inside, but called a strike. Of course, I don't have a clear view of it for where I'm at sitting.
That one ground over to the right side.
Off a little check swing. Fouled out.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here, top of third.
Nobody on.
Well, you look around, too, just a picturesque scene here from the press box at the Lou. As you can see, softball field over there, the golf course that's there, and that ground ball that goes out to shortstop. Got to hustle. They're going to say they got him. Barrett Cootie was hustling down the line, but that throw over was in time. Good looking throw. across the diamond. Trying to look and see if that was Carter or Brewer that had that one. Yeah, Bo Carter comes up with it from shortstop, and it was just off with me as we didn't catch it. But been impressed with him the entire way, yesterday and today, and it doesn't change any. We'll be back right after this. We're back here, bottom of the third, pitching change on, and this is the 6'1" righty from Pelican, Gage James, that will find his way out onto the field for the North. Cervantes is going to lead things off. Nathan Cervantes out of Northwood. Rock back and fire this one in. That is ground over to the right side of the field. Nothing in one. James will rock back and deliver this one. Misses up and out of the zone. Ground ball as well. So Cervantes doing a good job. And we've seen Cervantes through these last couple of days. Has always been around the softball or the baseball. He's done a great job at the plate when he's caught, when he's been anywhere. So very impressed with the work of Northwood's Nathan Cervantes. Curveball misses out and away from James. Swung through that one. Good hack at it, but unable to catch up with that fastball, and that is one up and one down. New hitter in for the North. That is McCain Gerald. Misses that one outside, ball one. James pulls back, fires a good fastball in there, hits the upper half of the zone for the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Welcome to the Lou, the scoreboard says out there. Everybody loves Coach Lou Santamont. Just a great knowledge in the program all around. Pushed back off and foul. That fastball of James just explodes up there. And you see these batters, I don't think they're getting around on it as well as they should. I don't know if it's a combination of one. He's bringing it up there a little bit faster. That was even behind, and that's going to skip off of Cash Wisby into the outfield for an error. But, they got these players with the last ones that are out here, got going Monday evening, had the talk, had the home run derby, a lot of time, got out in the sun and practicing, played the game, and just been in the heat a lot. That is number 21 that's coming on to run, Hunter Robinson. Robinson will come in there. And Shepherd Brown, another one of those big West Monroe kids. One down here, bottom of the third we play. That one misses outside.
Doug, I think I'm going to be about ready to eat something on the way home, too.
Believe that. Those last little cracker things hit the spot.
Yep.
Very well taken care of. It's just a long day at Firehouse Subs, the official sandwich shop of 446 Sports. We appreciate them. Don't forget, August the 19th, we will begin our Pelican Sports Report coaches show down in Lafayette on College Saloon at Pelican at Firehouse Subs. So make sure you do that. We'll rotate that show, I believe, between the one on College Saloon, the one in Karen Crow, and may even end up at the one in New Iberia as well. So there you go. Keep on the lookout for that, as well as other great news coming as our expansion runs down to Acadiana area, Lafayette region. Ground ball over to the third base side of it's going to roll foul. So sight and sound, Chuck, is a little bit different. You notice how they'll swing the contact, and then you'll hear the ball hit.
Yes.
It's interesting. I know it's science. I know all of that. However,
I don't know that the viewers have that much distinctive difference
I don't
as
think
much
they
as
do.
we do.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck,
Hey, Doug.
rain stopped. But we go throw them cameras back.
I tell you what,
I'm going to get thrown out.
I'll
as
do
much,
play-by-play.
And I can put up whatever cameras I want to.
Knock yourself out.
That's right. No, it's well, yesterday was something. So you go around, and Chuck, we were looking for the elevator to get up here.
Oh, no doubt.
And we got a lot of chuckles from folks around the way. No, it's a great place up here. Steep stairs.
Yeah, we walked up the ramp, got to the stairs, went, what?
Yeah, we might do this from the grandstand somewhere.
That would have been a hot afternoon.
It would have been all day hot. Absolutely was. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. James rocks the fastball in there, and it is driven out towards right field and foul, and well foul.
That's a chicken that's down deep underground, right?
Well foul. Shepherd Brown at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 down. Runner at first is Robinson. He came on, and there's a good throw over to first from James, and not there. Yeah, I'll probably be ready for a bite to eat on the way back.
Didn't matter if you're ready or not. I'm driving.
That's correct. Good curveball. Oh, stays up and out of the zone, fills things up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. James wanted that, and I thought it was a pretty good one too. But just stays elevated out of the top of the zone. Snap throw over to first. After a good long at-bat, Brown is going to find himself down at first base on the base on balls. Hudson Pullig will step in. Hudson 0-1.
The right fielder, right?
Yep, 0 for 1 on the day. We'll be up in Quitman the last weekend in March, I believe, for that tournament that they have. Softball tournament will be up there. Coach Justin Dotson and the folks have asked us about coming up there, so we'll make our way up there. We're looking at an LSCA game of the week. Might be an opportunity to put together an LBCA game of the week, Chuck.
Wouldn't be too bad.
Work its way up to the All-Star game and to this Underclass game. Might not be terrible. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Pullig.
I'm trying to figure out, is that the radar that's out there in that little screen?
No. What I believe that is the pitch clock, the timer, because in college you have the clock on you. That one is lifted down the line. It's going to find foul territory where that's at.
Okay.
But it's read different things all along.
It has.
So I don't really think that it's doing much.
Somebody somewhere is just playing with a button.
Yeah, probably right next door to us.
Right.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the 3rd we play. And down on strikes he goes. Good looking work from James. And that's going to bring Bo Carter.
He could let that counter run just right and stop it on 446.
Could. Not far off from it.
12 seconds.
But sometimes it says 10 minutes. Yeah, it says different things. You know, it's not a radar. I just believe it's that pitch clock. Because in college they have, 20 seconds between pitches. Up and out of the zone. Bo Carter 1 for 1 on the day.
Clouds seem to have broken a little bit here, Doug.
He's also scored a run. Takes that one out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, you look at the activity as that one is fouled off. The activity that was going on yesterday out here with the full between the games and all this, and now this is what is the last game of the day.
Yes.
And it's gotten quiet out there.
It's gotten quiet. Softball had some stuff going on their field yesterday evening.
There's a snap throw back, and that's going to go into the outfield. Got an idea this is going to be out at 3rd. In fact, it is. Yeah, that's a good throw coming up out of center field by Ducey. Fires that into Scroggs at 3rd, and the tag is applied, and that will do it for the North in the top of the 3rd. Thought he had an opportunity as that one gets thrown away. Maybe they drew it up that way. Needless to say, Bo Carter will be back up in the bottom of the 4th when they go around. We're headed to the top 4. We'll be back right after this.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in last dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Back here we go, top of the 4th. Winding through this thing, McCain Gerald back out to pitch. We saw him pitch a little bit yesterday. I was very pleased with the way he threw the ball. He did a good job with it.
Yes, he did.
For the West, leading things off, Gavin Holt. Gavin Holt 0 for 1 officially on the day. So that will do it for Brady Gio. Look back, and Holt promptly
First
puts
pitch.
that one into right field, and Pulig is right there to get that one in. Let's go back and look at the line. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run given up. 3 walks and 1 strikeout for Gio. Gio threw 39 pitches, 19 of them 4 strikes. So he had trouble finding the strike zone today and faced 13 batters. Holt retired for the first out.
He's quick up there.
Indeed.
Once he gets his foot set, he wastes no time. He doesn't think anything.
Jacob Reagan from Barb stands in there. And a lot of these, and again, you get the ball back to him quick as a catcher. But McCain Gerald, we saw him yesterday, would do that, would step on what is his left side of the mound, our right side of it. Fires that in there. Pulley's going to have another chance at it. He lays out for this one, and that one gets by him. Second baseman all the way back. And Reagan is chugging around to third base. And look, that might be the first triple he's had in his life. Hudson Pulig shaking up just a little bit on that. Went all out, and do not ever worry about the effort from that young man. And the trainers will hustle out to check him out. But the work of Davis Long to go out and get that ball that was past him, he's the second baseman, and chased that one down to get it back in.
Yep. All that occurred just off the edge of your screen up there.
Because the other 2 were taken down due to rain.
Yes.
Rain passed through this area about, about 45 minutes, an hour ago.
Isn't that long?
I think so.
Game started at what time?
4 o'clock. So it couldn't have been an hour ago. Probably 30 minutes ago,
Probably
nonetheless.
30, yeah. You're going to stay out there like a trooper he is.
Look, I'm telling you, a dude from Quitman, he's like, look, y'all get on. I'm playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not coming out of a game.
Might have landed just wrong to where he maybe knocked the breath out of him, but
Needless to say, chugging in for a triple over there was Jacob Reagan. And that's going to bring Cash Wisby up. Yeah, this field is built for that type of a hit. If you get one past the right or left fielder, any one of the outfielders, there's nobody over there, you can run for days. That ball went through the fence down there and got into the crowd. No souvenirs. You got to
no coach
throw that back in. One ball, 2 strikes here, 1 down. Runner at third base following that big triple. Well, he put a charge into it, too.
He did.
And look, in typical Hudson Pulig fashion, he went after it, but unable to get there. That one out of the zone. Evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was great to visit with Tim O'Neill.
Yes.
That
that's
one
a shot.
over the drawn-in infield. Good piece of hitting.
Oh,
We'll
good.
get by him in the outfield. Going to hustle into second base. Sliding in there. And that's going to be a single. And he takes second base on the error. But that is an RBI for Cash Wisby.
Money.
Hadley Hardesty. Big man started the game earlier today. He strides in there. He is playing at third base right now. West back in the lead, 2-1. Remember, they were back and forth in that game with the East last night's 7 o'clock game before they opened it up in the last inning.
Yeah.
I guess it was probably the 7th or 8th that they got their runs. This one, only 7. Last night games went 9 innings. Today they've been 7.
Only 7.
Shaved about 4 hours of playing time off at least
To
by
add 2 more
cutting
games.
off 2 innings.
Yeah.
Two to 1. in this one. East leads it. It was just that RBI single that was there. And Hadley Hardesty gets up close to the line. Time was called. Well, it's late in it to be granted, but Gerald, they tell you to go ahead and throw through on that one so that you're not stopping your motion and hurting yourself. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the East. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the North. And down on strikes goes Hardesty, and that'll be 2 down here.
It's like I see your timeout and I throw you a strike.
Brody Anderson.
Bats from the left.
Trying to get out of this now is Gerald with just the 1 run allowed. McCain will fire that fastball in there, misses, goes through the river and doesn't find the strike zone.
Might have been a little high.
Gerald will sit back and fire this one, and it is in there for a strike. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Well, we're looking at these coaches as they coach the bases, how far off the actual box they are. They know these hitters are pulling those balls pretty well. That one right into the hands of Shepherd Brown, and he'll give the flip to Gerald, and that will do it for the bottom of the 4th. We're heading to the 5th. It's 2-1 when we come back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Bo Carter will lead things back off for the North team. He was at bat when the runner got thrown out.
Oh, yeah.
And so fresh count will start for him. He's 1-1 on the day. And Gage James will come back out for his 2nd inning of work. 2-1, we play on into the bottom of the 4th. We said top of the 5th earlier, but they had put the number up on the board too quick, and my feeble brain just says, okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one from James. Got a little activity out of the bullpen for the West.
2-1 now.
Looks like 14 is who that is. No, it can't. Oh, I'm on the wrong school. That makes sense of the wrong team. If that is 14,
That is.
that's Gavin Holt that's getting loose. Back here, that is a walk to Carter. Carter reaches base for the 2nd time today. And that's going to send Davis Long back up to the plate. James goes around long, thinks about the bunt. Able to pull the bat back off of that, and it is ball one. It's been a pretty good ball game. Most of the games today have been.
They have.
The only really one that got out of hand yesterday was the North and South game, and that was early on.
Yeah.
Again, as a reminder, they play the top and the bottom of the seventh here in this one, no matter what.
Laid the bunt down.
Yeah, beautiful bunt over to the first, thrown away, and that's going to get the runner over to third. Carter makes his way there, and Long will trail into second base. This bunt was laid down, thrown away. That is the third error by the West, and they're trying their best not to go undefeated in this thing.
As we're getting set after a quick little meeting at the mound. Looks like they're having a change in pitchers. And we will take a Fostering Community pitching change. We'll find out who that is here in just a moment and get back with you after this quick pitching change. You're watching 446 Sports.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
On our way back, got a pitching change going on here. That is going to be Caleb Broussard out of Iota, the 5'9" lefty 2027 class. Comes in to try his hand at it.
His number got called.
Colton Blundell will step in. Blundell's 1 for 1. Has had a lot of good plays out in center field too. Blundell out of Weston. Let me get Kaler off of there. How about that?
About them pickles, some peaches. Or
Blundell 1 for 1 on the day. 2 balls, no strikes. Broussard in there trying to stop the bleeding and keep this right where it's at. Misses that one out and away. So the runners at second and third, of course, belong to McCain Gerald. Actually, no, they don't. Belong to James. Gage James is responsible for those. That one, 3-1, also misses away.
Oh, that was a strike. You were 3-0. That was
okay. Well, there you have it. Smoked over to first, but caught there.
Wow.
Justin Hunt grabs that one. Good looking play over there by Hunt. Just making the folks back home proud of that one. Riley Sinclair will stride to the plate. Sinclair out of Caldwell will be a senior next season.
Okay.
This game was for people that had finished their freshman, sophomore, and junior years. That's what this prospect camp and scouting has been about. They put them through some combine-style activities. That one just off the plate.
And give them some education, too.
They do, yeah. Talk a lot about the portal and NIL and all of those things. Just think there needs to be some more education in that setup before these kids are getting in the portal and giving up their careers. And a lot of the folks that get in the portal won't get out of it. And that's what is so bothersome about it.
And the rules are changing on that sometimes, and so you never know what's to come in the future of it.
Good fastball, but off the plate. And that's going to load them up. Connor Yates will come in. Connor, rising senior from Cedar Creek. Good job of Jacob Reagan that go out there and talk to his pitcher and say, hey, look, let's make sure we're on the same page on these things. Saw something he didn't like as a catcher. The catcher goes out there and says, hey, look, let's discuss it just a little bit. Whatever he told him worked on that one as it drops right in there for a strike, 0-1. First fastball that was hit over to Hunt was a good one. It was caught there, but the walk loaded him up. Runner at first is his responsibility. Those at second and third are not. They would be charged to Gage James if Broussard is unable to hold right here. This is what those college coaches like to see, too. What's your mental capacity when you come in a game that's got a little bit of pressure to it? We play in the bottom of the fourth, 2-1. West leads this, but North looking to get back on top.
Or down low.
3 balls and 1 strike, nowhere to put him. And this is one of those times that it's just such a good count for your pitcher, or for the batter. Pitcher's got to groove one in there because you don't want to walk the run in. Got to be looking dead red and fire away. And he does. Going to go out to second. Opportunity to get out this one. Over to second. In time. Bobbles around. 1 run is going to score. And it's thrown away. And there's going to be another one diving in. So on a play that was made for double play, it's bobbled around. And reaching on a fielder's choice is Yates. But 2 runs come across on that one. Goodness. Back into the lead goes the North. Got to step off just a minute. I think Broussard's a little tied up from there. Looking breaking pitch, but finds the top half of the zone. Landon Brewer looks at the 0-1 count. Throw over to first, not in time. Up and in on Brewer. He's able to duck out of that one. Very colorful batting gloves and
wristband.
And yeah, and that and shoes and all, teal and pink, and good curveball in there for the strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. That one bounces in front of Reagan.
Good stop.
So The clock that was above the Brookshire sign, they just turned it off now. They said, uh-oh, he's on to us. And they just turned it out. It's to the left of the Lou sign out as you're looking at it. Not anymore.
Go ahead.
There it is. So if you look out at center field where it says Lou Amant Field, go to the left. There's that little shed-looking thing where our camera is, and to the left of it is that clock that Chuck was talking about.
That's not lit up anymore. Yep.
No mas. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, 2 runs already across. That one poked over the overhang here and into the parking lot. Foul. They'll repeat the 2 ball, 2 strike count once again.
I thought they had 2 down. I thought they got the runner for the second out.
They do have 2 outs
Okay.
in this one, yes. They got the runner at second on that
Yes.
one. That one comes inside. So if you go back a little bit, yeah, a couple of errors in there too. But that line out that was over here at first, and then the out there at second. Off and running, but it is ball 4. Well, strike 3. Got him looking, and that will do it. But 2 runs come across. North back in the lead. They lead it 3-2. We're heading now to the top of the 5th when we come back. McCain Gerald back out for another inning of work. This would be his second on there. North back on top in this one, 3-2, following 4 errors by the West in this game. And that was how the East got their runs yesterday. In there were the throwing errors that were around. They'll try to get things going and get that run back. South Beauregard's Jed Henry will set to lead things off. Jed, probably one of the better fielders that we've seen these last couple of days.
Just caught that ball, something come out of his glove, like some stuffing of some sort.
Could be. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung through that one, did Henry, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. McCain Gerald just 17 pitches through his inning and a little bit here. Swung on a miss and down on strikes. He caught it, and that will be the first out of the inning. Second strikeout for Gerald. And Pitkins, J-Dub Davis will stride in. We are top of the 5th. I think it's where it is. In I guess 5:30, when normally you'd be a bright overcast sky. Those clouds are starting to move in from the west, making their way across. Central Louisiana has already seen it down where we're from. Chuck's little alerts are popping up about the different lightning strikes that are on there. And here it is, still nice weather, but a little cloudy and keeping things cool as it's down to 80 on there. 2 balls and no strikes here. 3 balls and no strikes. There you go. I just need to watch the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, and that is ball 4.
Trying to keep you right.
That's right. Ain't easy. Going to go out and, no, he's just coming up to visit just a little bit, was the coach. Connor Boudreaux, it looks like, will stride in to hit. He is the 2026 from St. Louis Catholic.
Okay.
Nothing in 1, the count here. Top of the 5th, we play 2-1, or correction, 3-2. That 3 runs came in the 4th inning. So the West team took the lead back 2-1, and then 2 runs on the errors. 4 errors for the West team, and that will really, really mess with you.
Yeah, absolutely it will.
Swung through that one. And this is the McCain Gerald that we saw really yesterday. He came in and just was pretty dominant throwing. First inning that we saw looked like he might have been around it a little bit, but has thrown the ball well here. Comes set from the stretch. Delivers this one. Runner off and going, and got a tremendous, tremendous jump. Would have had the base stolen no matter what. But 2-2 count, and runner advances does Davis to second base.
Great timing.
You know, that's the one thing that you use to impress some of these coaches, too, is your ability. They look at base running in addition to everything else. How are you? You know, you can't score runs if you don't get on base. But you can't score them if you don't get around there either.
This is right.
And they do whatever they can to shave off a millisecond, which will make the difference in a play. And when bounces around, is going to get back to the wall.
It's a walk, but it's also a stolen base over here, right?
It is. So the West was in the lead starting the 4th. They lost the lead coming out of the 4th. They're now doing what they can to get back into it here. Alex Baguette will step to the plate. Another one of those from South Beauregard. Saw him pitch a little bit yesterday, I think.
I believe so.
They're going to go out and talk about it, too, and see if they may make a switch with McCain. They are going to do that. Looks like Robinson is going to come over from second base. Yeah, in fact, it will be. So we'll have a pitching change here. Or did they just bring the infield in? I don't know that he
hadn't reached for the ball yet.
Yeah, it looked like he motioned for him, but he was just motioning for the infield to come up and get together. That's what he says. High fives all around, and they'll get back to work. So no pitching change.
Coach sitting down here.
He's just chilling, isn't he? Back to action we go. Runners at first and third. Baguette squaring to bunt. Pops this one up, and there's going to be a double play to end the inning. And that's a bunt and run. About the worst thing that you could want if you were the West team. Well played, and McCain Gerald got himself out of one right there. That will do it in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. North leads this one 3-2 when we come back.
Okay. Lightning delay, it looks like. They're out there talking about it, and they're pushing everybody off the field, Doug.
then we're going to keep it right here. And if they lightning delay it, they won't keep this going. They'll end up calling it. They're not going to make these kids sit through that by any means. A lightning delay is going to, we believe, end things, because it's one of those, you get 25 minutes into it and it lightens again.
Talk to him down there.
Yep, they're going to Tim O'Neill, the executive director, on here. And again, with just a couple of innings to play after a long 3 days, there's lightning in the area. I don't expect they'll sit through it at all. They'll call ball game. We'll keep it right here and keep you idea. Chuck, you may want to switch that other camera, and the folks at home can watch what's going on there.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
And that clock that you see is a lightning delay clock. It's in sync with the one that's next to the Charles on Charles R. McDonald Stadium Club.
Okay.
Right now it'd be 6 o'clock before they were able to get things going. But I'm telling you, I just don't, I don't expect this thing to continue at all, being that it is in the 5th.
And those of you that are not aware that every time there's another lightning within a certain radius, the 30-minute starts over again.
The clock resets. Difficult decision to make on here, but I think it is the right one. If they make that one, I don't know that anybody sticks around, because it's just so uncertain what happens 25 minutes down the road in this.
They had to do that in the All-Stars game.
They did, as a matter of fact. The caller with an inning to go there. Down there with Executive Director Tim O'Neill looking at things. Regardless of things, we've had a extreme pleasure bringing the action to you. A lot of the fans are starting to pack up as well, so they see the writing on the wall themselves. Depends on what the weather looks like too coming over here. I don't know that I've looked at any sort of a radar.
Yeah, my phone's been on
Louisiana, or on Central Louisiana Standard Time.
He's making a phone call.
Might be calling us. Let me see. We've never had a call from a director during a game before. Red phone, tell him I'll get back with him in 28 minutes, 27 minutes.
Do that, he'll say, let's play on then.
Right? And so they've got somebody on the clock, and when there's a lightning detected within a, I don't know, is it a 5, a 10-mile radius?
15-mile radius?
Regardless, it'll be 26 minutes before they get back going, if in fact, but you see a lot of the coaches that are here from the colleges are packing up, and they're heading out also.
Yeah. And to the other side of it is, if it goes too much longer, then kids got to come out and warm up again, and there you risk that also.
Correct. Tough decision. You certainly want the kids to be able to play the full extent of it, but this is not like, and there's a lot of handshakes going on, and that doesn't make it feel like there's going to be a return to action in this one. I'm not privy to any information, but I'm reading some body language. When the coaches start shaking hands, that lets you know that you might be out of time in this one. Trying to look for some indication.
Yeah, I think they're fixing to shake hands right here in the middle, according to.
They do that. They will award they're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's going to be the ball game in this one. They've shut the scoreboard down in the south. The north is going to win this one 3-2. They, although that's, irrelevant at that point, but all teams I think will finish with a loss maybe in this. They'll award the MVPs And that will wrap things up here from ULM, Lou Amant Field.
LBCA
Underclass games.
There we go.
Yeah. And this is certainly an indicator for you. We're going to get out of here, folks, as well. Get all of our equipment down before the rain that is impending makes its way here. We have had a blast bringing you all 6 games in this today and yesterday. Handshakes abound, and keep an eye out for these stars because they are going to be something over the next few years in high school baseball and beyond. Chuck, it's been a pleasure doing all of this here. Look forward to the next time we can get together and do this. From my man Chuck Perkins, I am Doug Gann, and all of you, God bless you all, and good night.